bit. Is that way? Yeah. Good. Lovely. Oh, perfect. A little bit behind the scenes footage for you there. My lens doesn't have an autofocus, so every time I have to hold something up that's roughly where my head is going to be most of the time and get the letters, get the text in focus. How you all doing? Hello everyone, welcome back to FairlyDeterminedFM with me. My name is Chris. I hope you're all doing well. Things have picked up at Dortmund. When we last met, we were pretty rubbish. We're now less rubbish. We've jumped up to 4th in the table. We're now only, get this, we're only 12 points behind Bayern instead of, like 20. So what was the last episode? Wolfsburg and Hamburger. That was the last episode. And you can see I did some tactical tweakings. I said I was going to play around a little bit, and I did that. We went back to the 5-2-3 wing backs for the Hamburger game, and that was the 1-1 draw. The Inter game where I switched up to a 4-2-3-1. I thought I'd give the classic 4-2-3-1 gegenpress a whirl. It didn't really work out for us. Went back to the 5-2-1-2 that we used successfully against Wolfsburg, against RB Leipzig, and that was slightly less successful. 4-4-2 diamond for the Bundesliga game against Mainz. That was cool, but I'm not a big fan of tactics that don't have width, or just have wing backs for width. I don't like those big open gaps. They make me nervous. Don't like them. So switch back once again to the 5-2-3. You can actually see we switched a lot within game for the game against Dynamo. We lost that 1-0. Very disappointing. So what I ended up doing was sort of implementing a 4-3-3, because I've 4-3-3. 4-3-3 seems to be my go-to tactic. I'm quite familiar with it. I like how it plays. I like how it looks as well. I think visually it's quite a nice tactic to look at. And I know that means nothing in terms of the actual game, but bear with me. And results picked up. We beat Hertha Berlin 2-0, Stuttgart 5-0, Augsburg 5-1, Salzburg in the Champions League 4-0. We have qualified from the Champions League now. The draw hasn't come through yet, so we don't know who it is. We did qualify top of the group as well. So we ended up being equal on points with Inter, but our goal difference was enough to see us through in top. So don't know who we're going to be playing in the actual next part of the Champions League, but as soon as I know, you'll know, and we'll probably bring you that game as well. So let's have a look at the tactic then, right? Do you remember that game against PSG, the last game against PSG with Atletico Madrid? I'm pretty sure we used a halfback there as well. So what I've started doing is using a halfback rather than a third centre back, a dedicated third centre back. I'm using a halfback. Like this is we know that this is how the players will start in their positions, right? But possessionally, when we've got the ball, Edwards or whoever is in this halfback position is going to drop here, and then he's going to push up. He's going to be sort of moving back and forth between these ranges, and occasionally pushing up a little bit further. I think in effect it becomes a 3 at the back system again, with the wing backs pushing up and the wide men doing their jobs. But it has that extra stability down the side as well. Like we're going to get the wide men are going to be pressing their opposing fullback. When they get the ball, the wide men out here are going to be pressing the wingers or the inverted forwards or whoever's out wide for them. So we've got that sort of structure and that rigidity down the side, as well as this like very strong backbone here, which allows for slightly more creative play from the centre midfield pairing as well. I'm able to put the left-sided centre midfielder as a Mazzala on attack so that they can operate in sort of these spaces here, because we've got our winger, no longer an inside forward here. We've got our winger pushing up here and supplying crosses in. And then we've got an inside forward here, which is the same as before. Deep line forward again, the same, because I like the way they move up and down this area of the pitch here. Linking play with our centre midfielder on support. Bellingham does have the trait of gets into the opposition area, which is why I've got him playing there, so that he will push up here. He'll link up with the inside forward and the deep line forward, and it just creates a little bit of movement, I think. And then instruction-wise, play out of defence because I wanted to keep more hold. Play out of defence because I wanted to keep hold of the ball a little bit more. Low crosses because we've got some fast players who are going to be running into the box to get on the end of those low crosses. We've got a lot of creatively gifted players as well, so they're being a bit more expressive. Higher tempo. We've got quite a naturally fit, quite a good stamina having group. What's the right way of saying that? God knows. And then wide because I want to stretch the play. I want to wear the other teams out with our higher tempo and stretching the play. They're going to have to be doing a lot of chasing around. Transition-wise, pretty basic. Give it to the wide men, counter press, standard stuff. Forcing the opposition out wide because, again, we do have some very, very tall. The two guys who play in here the most, Cisco and Acevedo, they are giants. Acevedo's 6'6", I think Cisco's 6'3". Like between the two of them, there's not going to be many headers getting past them. So we're forcing the opposition outside because I don't care that we're going to get some crosses in. Our defenders will deal with them. and then pressing much more often. That, in a nutshell, is what we've done tactically. I was going to do 2 games today, but I realised I've rabbited on for a fair bit now, and I've still got some other stuff that I want to talk about in terms of the team. So, first up, Josip Antolic, if I've said his name right. I have been using this guy as a substitute for Jude Bellingham and Declan Rice in that 3 at the back, 2 central midfielder system. And oh my God, the guy is immense. He is absolutely immense. He's played the last 3 games for us, I think, as a starter, and he's just been incredible. You look at his average rating down here. Average rating, 2 appearances in the Champions League, 7.2 rating. Bundesliga, he's had 3 appearances and 3 off the bench, scored 5 goals, 7.5 rating, 9 rating in the Cup. Also playing well in his World Cup qualifiers as well for Croatia. He's been absolutely brilliant. 6 appearances, 5 goals, 1 assist, 1 player of the match so far this season. I don't know why I haven't been playing him more often. So Josip Antolic, he's now rotating with Bellingham, Guido San Martin, you pillock. Declan Rice is sort of making this halfback role his own, but I'm also utilising good old Ronnie Edwards because he is also a very, very good halfback. He's got the strength, the stamina for it. He's got all the right mentals for it. His first touch is good. His tackling is good. He's got the work rate. His positioning could do with a bit of work, but like he stays back at all times. He doesn't do anything fancy. We know this. We know Ronnie Edwards. He is a really good halfback, so he's been playing there quite a lot as well. Right, this is the lineup. We've got Meslier in goal. Candido, Xisco, Acevedo, and Lamptey at the back. Declan Rice in that halfback role. Josip Antolic keeps his spot, his well-deserved spot. Jude Bellingham sits alongside him in the middle of the park. And then we've got Harvey Elliott, Dennis Newman, and David Contney leading the line. First highlight goes our way. It's 17 minutes in, though. It's taken a bit of time. Candido out wide, gets it through to Contney. Elliott back, Contney, brilliant. Don't know what that commentary was. Elliott back, Contney, brilliant. It was brilliant. Elliott got the ball back from Contney through his deflected shotty thing, and then there we go. It's 1-0. Brilliant. So Elliott picks the ball up, gives it back to Candido. Candido makes space for himself, gets the cross in. Contney's shot is blocked, only as far as Elliott, who gives it back to Contney, and then Contney slots it into that far corner. 1-0 to Borussia Dortmund. Xisco wins the ball, gives it to Contney, here's to Declan Rice, and there's Newman out on that right-hand side. Gives it to Bellingham. Bellingham takes a shot, it's 2-0. That's his first goal of the season as well. So there's that Jude Bellingham linking up with Newman, making his way up into the pit, up into the box, because he's got that personal trait, or that player personal trait. He's got that player trait of arrives, gets into the opposition area, and he's done it to perfection there, surrounded by players. No other option to take the shot on because nobody else had made it into the box yet. 2-0. Free kick. Elliott swings it in. It's cleared away, only as far as Xisco, who gives it all the way back to Declan Rice. I don't know why we've got 4 players back for free kicks. I need to have a look at our set pieces. Newman gives it to Lamptey, who's made some space, and Lamptey's quick. Turns his man, gives it to Antolic out on that far side. Is Antolic going to get a cross in? He is, kind of. It's cleared away. Only as far as Tarek Lamptey. With a long old highlight, this. Started with a free kick, and we've managed to keep hold of the ball. Bellingham in the box again, crosses it in. Antolic at the back post. Oh, just off the post as well. Contney gives the ball to Declan Rice, finds Newman out on the right-hand side. Gives it back to Tarek Lamptey. There's Declan Rice. You can see Declan Rice again, just in that sort of defensive midfield role. David Contney is in the box. What's he going to do? Gives it back to Newman. Newman, Elliott at the back. It's 3-0 within 35 minutes. I know they're very low down in the league, but I wasn't expecting to blow them away this comprehensively. What was I saying? So Declan Rice, I mean, he's made his way forward here, but he just operates in that sort of third centre-back defensive midfield role, and occasionally will push up when the time calls for it. Bellingham on the corner, swings it in. Acevedo off the bar. Could have been 4-0 before half-time. Wasn't to be. Oh, it might be, actually. Still, just before half-time, Elliott on the ball, gives it to Candido, gives it back to Elliott. Elliott in that winger role. That looked like handball to me. Elliott swings it into Contney. It is 4 before half-time. We have demolished Freiburg here. What I need, I think, is I need a version of this where I can switch to it that just lowers everything down. That was a great goal, by the way. Well done, Contney. Bit acrobatic. Yeah, we just need a version of this tactic now where it's balanced. We keep hold of the ball nicely. We don't go crazy. We don't press too hard because there's no need now. There is absolutely no need. We'll lower the tempo a little bit. We'll stay being more expressive. We'll stay being wide. We maybe not counter press so much, but we will counter. And we'll just slow things down a little bit. I also think I'm going to make some subs at half-time. So Antolic going to come off. We'll give San Martin a bit of a run out. Antolic played very, very well but he's played a lot recently. Could probably do with a bit of a break. Dennis Newman as well will take off for Rayan Cherki, I think. And that'll be that. And then I think the last substitution might be Bellingham. We might leave Ben White on the bench, but we might take off Bellingham for Ronnie Edwards nearer full time. Yeah, it's amazing just how much a few tactical tweaks can really make all the difference. And this is a bit more than a tactical tweak. I've entirely changed the system and the formation and how we play. But it's Cherki at the back should have scored. Yeah, so it's interesting. I don't know what it is about 3 at the back. I don't know if it's something that I'm doing incorrectly or not understanding how that system works, but I can never get it to work. I would love to, but I never can. I've got 70 minutes on. I've been rabbiting on to really get that last substitution on. I think I might leave Bellingham out there, and no, I'm not. Bellingham looks knackered. So we will put Ronnie Edwards in the middle of the park. Ronnie Edwards in a box-to-box role. Elliot gives it to Sam Martin. Sam Martin finds Cherki. It's found its way in. It's an own goal. Oh, just to add to the embarrassment for Freiburg. Whoops. What was I saying? I can't remember, Can't remember. Can't be that important. We win the ball. Elliot gives it to Sam Martin. Sam Martin swings it in. Cherki's shot comes off the keeper who knew nothing about it, and it hits Kerem Ak more or less in the face and ends up in the back of the net. 5-0. 5-0. And it's not over yet. There's 15 minutes left to go, and we've got the ball once again. Declan Rice finds Sam Martin. Sam Martin's in. Good tackle. That's a good tackle, you got to say, under a lot of pressure as well. So it's going to be finding its way into the back of our net. Tarek make the tackle. He does. Declan Rice to Edwards, back to Rice. And yeah, we just look a better team with this system, this formation. I might not be saying that if it suddenly stopped working, but at the moment, it's doing the job. Tarek Lamptey, the pace on that boy, it's ridiculous. He's all in zone over on that right-hand side, but he gets the cross in anyway. Sam Martin picks the ball up, gives it to Elliot in the box. Elliot makes it 6-0. 6-0. This might be our biggest win of the season, Our biggest win. Harvey Elliott absolutely destroying it on a 9.3 rating. Sam Martin picks the ball up, gives it to Harvey. I believe he does. He does. He gives it to Harvey. Harvey got all the time in the world to turn and shoot on his weaker foot, I think. Or is he left-footed? I can't remember. Just belts it into that far corner. We have absolutely destroyed Freiburg here. It feels like almost like we were getting out some aggression on them. So sorry, Freiburg. It's nothing personal, but we wanted to score a lot of goals, so we did. 6-0. There you go. I mean, you look at how much we're scoring compared to the other teams who are challenging for these top spots. We could do it. I just wish I hadn't farted around insistent on this 5 at the back system for as long as I did. But you could see it was so good in the friendlies and then in the first couple of games of the season, and then it didn't work. And then this bit was bad. Whatever. We've not been struggling to score since making this change to the 4-3-3. So I'm sticking with it. It's very, very good. Right, that's going to be the next game then, the first Champions League game, I think, because this is episode 95, which means there's only 5 episodes left of the manager's journey. I have been thinking about extending it for one more season because I am enjoying Dortmund. As frustrating as it's been the first sort of few months of it, I am really enjoying it here, and we've got some really good players, and they're still going to give us a shed load of money next season. So I'm contemplating doing one more season after this at Dortmund. But we'll see how it goes. We will see how it goes. In the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Let me know what you thought down in the comments. Leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you soon for our first Champions League knockout game as Dortmund manager. All the best. Cheers. Bye.